Teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Here's second and a yard.
Operating from the gun. Nix. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation. And now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Into the hands of Sanders.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense.
Now Burrow.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Burrow.
His throw incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
This to almost certainly win the football game. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Nix. He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
That one behind his receiver and incomplete.
Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Burrow. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. At the 45-yard line. And Burrow going to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 7 yards there and a 1st down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Now it's Burrow. And that's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Fights through. As Sanders has it poked free. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Nix.
Got a man open, it's Chase.
So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get 1st downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off play action. Nix.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got more.
And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Nix.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The kick by Lutz is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Throwing. Trask.
And Sanders has got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Trask now off the play fake.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the big fella.
Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Broncos,
they run their record to 13-3 now on the year.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long.